Exuma and Ragged Island. Bethel Union Baptist Church, Ramsey. Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Farmers Hill. Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Barry Tarry. Exuma Resource Center, Hopers Bay. Forbes Hill Cultural Center, Forbes Hill. Gethsemane Baptist Church, Black Point. Mount Carmel Mission Baptist Church, Roll Town. Mount Hermon Union Baptist Church, Mount Thompson. St. John's the Baptist Anglican Church, Moss Town. Aurelia Miller Comprehensive School, Black Point. St. Luke's Union Baptist Church, Black Point. The new Mount Olive Union Baptist Church, Hartswell. Mount Olivet Baptist Church, Staniel Key. Palestine Union Baptist Church, The Forest. St. Andrew's Community Center, Georgetown. St. Margaret's Anglican Church, Steventon. St. Magdalene Anglican Church, Williamstown. St. Theresa's Catholic Church, Georgetown. St. Peter's Union Baptist Church, Forbes Hill. St. Margaret Baptist Church, Stuart Manor. Calvary Mission Baptist Church, Rollville. Holy Innocents Anglican Church, Duncantown, Ragged Island. Ragged Island All-Age School, Duncantown, Ragged Island.
Coming this fall, Royston Jones and Melina Leonard on the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. Weekdays, 7:30 p.m. Tune in and get your fill of community news. Family Island news, entertainment, and, well, sometimes slithering animals. That's the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, weekdays, 7:30 p.m. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11. The Prime Minister wants a full review of the United States' policy concerning its embassy in Nassau being used as its visa processing hub for Haitians. Also in the face of yet another push to increase the bus fare, tonight we hear from several bus drivers and passengers alike, though no decision has yet been made. And the issue of emergency medical services in the Family Islands becoming a hot button, with one minister going on the offensive. That's straight ahead. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. While the Davis administration has made it clear the Bahamas will restrict entry to Haitian nationals wishing to process a U.S. visa at the American Embassy here in Nassau, the Prime Minister still wants a review of the U.S.'s policy in its entirety ahead of it taking effect on November 1st. As it stands, U.S. policy does not allow Haitians into the United States, and due to Haiti's continued violence and civil unrest, the U.S. Embassy in Port-au-Prince has suspended regular visa services, leaving the American government to select Nassau as its visa processing hub for Haitians. Here's what Press Secretary Keishla Adderley had to say on the issue during Thursday's Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing.
Prime Minister Davis has advised that he is reviewing the matter in its entirety and will make an announcement soon, which will fully detail the Bahamas' position on this matter going forward, of course, in the best interest of the Bahamian people.
A particularly solemn day for U.S. Embassy officials here in Nassau. Aside from fulfilling a promise to never forget the events of 9/11 and the nearly 3,000 lives lost as a result, U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish and officers at the U.S. Armed Forces yesterday oversaw the repatriation of the remains of acting duty Alaska Air National Guard 2nd Lieutenant Roberto Rosa. He died in a jet ski-related incident while vacationing in Nassau. In expressing condolences to the lieutenant's family, Chargé Furnish remembered Rosa as one who served his country honorably, adding that he was not at fault in the incident. The U.S. has called on the Bahamas government to investigate and seek justice for Rosa's family. In the meantime, the embassy working with the government to address the deaths, injuries, and sexual assaults said to be associated with the watercraft industry here in the Bahamas. For its part, the government introduced 3 bills to address safety concerns surrounding the jet ski industry this past May. The legislation lays out fines of between $500 to $5,000 for those who fail to comply with the maritime laws. Well, the Bahama Resort Foundation donated 2 fully equipped jet skis to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force this morning to strengthen its ability to respond quickly to incidents in shallow waters and tight spaces where larger vessels cannot operate effectively. Commodore Floyd Moxey gratefully accepted the vessels at the Defense Force's Harbor Patrol Unit on East Bay Street.
The addition of these jet skis this morning will significantly enhance the task force's ability to respond swiftly and effectively. In particular, they will assist with the inlets, the canals, and waterways. This support aligns directly with the 2 core mandates of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force: patrolling the waters of the Bahamas, working in conjunction with law enforcement agencies. Many times while on the waterways, we are required to respond to emergencies that can mean the difference between life and death.
National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Monroe and Bahama Resort Foundation President Robert Sands were also on hand to witness the handover ceremony.
The ministerial task force is made up of the Ministry of Tourism, that's concerned with pushing and protecting that industry, the Ministry of Transport, in which the Port Department resides, and the Ministry of National Security, that's involved with law enforcement. We would wish to thank Bahama Foundation and the Cable Beach Hotel Association for stepping up and being a part of the All of Society solution.
These jet skis are being presented as tools to support the ongoing work of the Tourism Task Force. They are a contribution towards strengthening the resources available for your important responsibilities.
The plea of bus drivers for a fare increase is by no means a new one. But while the group's once again pushing to take more money home at the end of the day, it's their passengers who will bear the brunt of that change. Several bus drivers and passengers gave their take on the issue with our West Calix Forbes.
The debate over bus fees heating up as drivers say the current $1.50 fare can no longer keep their operations on the road. But not everyone disagrees with their push for an increase. Some passengers understand the need for the hike, but feels the service is not an equivalent to the cost.
I feel like it should be $2 because they do go like a far route.
And everything going up gradually, so I don't have a problem with it, you know. I think fair is fair. Everybody needs, you know, a little extra.
Others are flat out against the increase, saying it's already a stretch in today's economy.
And it's too hard for the poor people because minimum wage ain't going up, you know, and a single parent can't go, man, that's too high, man. That's too high.
I feel like the bus fare shouldn't be $2 because the bus isn't like a luxurious ride, and some bus drivers is kind of mean with others.
Still, bus drivers argue they can't maintain their vehicles or support their families without a hike in fees.
If it do go up though, $2 because the cost of living is very high. So the government feel like it's because of fuel. It's the why we want the bus fee to go up, but it ain't the fuel. It is not the fuel. It is the cost of living. Trying to live, you gotta pay rent, utilities, rent, and you gotta buy food. And food don't ever go down. Food always just go up. Diesel is always go up and come down. Boy, I spend like, let's say almost $2,000 a month trying to fix this bus because they always breaking down.
While the call for a fee increase is loud, the Ministry of Transport has confirmed it is in the talks with bus operators, but no final decision has been made. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Thanks so much, Wes. Nearly 100 Bahamians from Fort Charlotte, St. Barnabas, and Bain and Grantstown constituencies attended the first in a series of town hall meetings on the biometric voters card hosted by the Parliamentary Registration Department at the University of the Bahamas' Performing Arts Center last night. LaDon Davis joins us in studio with this recap. Good evening, LaDon.
Good evening. evening to you. The Bahamians who attended Thursday night's Parliamentary Registration Department's town hall meeting were eager to get a better understanding of the new electronic voting card process. Former Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education consultant Charles Albury's presentation lasted nearly an hour. He outlined the comprehensive effort to ensure that the country's electoral process remains robust, smooth, secure, and accessible for our Bahamians.
It will greatly enhance the efficiency of the process, because with the biometric voters card, there's also going to be introduced an electronic device, what they call the e-poll, which will contain the voters' information, which will replace the polling division register and constituency register at the polling place. And it will include a photograph of the voter. And so in the event of a mishap or technological failure, as a safeguard measure, they will still have the manual register.
There will also be some adjustments made to the written advanced polling process.
Last election, that is the 2021 election, we had about in excess of 15,000 voters participating in the advanced poll. And in addition to polling places in New Providence and Grand Bahama, we had about 10 international polling places. And so that increased the workload on the department. Once the House is dissolved, you had between 21 to 30 days to return the writ to the House, indicating who the new member of Parliament is for a particular constituency. That has been increased from 21 to 30 days to 26 to 35 days.
Albury assured Bahamians eligible to vote that the information provided to the Parliamentary Registration Department is secure and will only be made public if their vote is contested in the election court.
My vote, your vote is secret because of the process. And the only way someone can determine how you vote is via the election court. The Act requires that after the conduct of the election, those ballots are locked and placed in a safe place for up to 6 months.
The question and answer period got a bit heated between Coalition of Independents party leader Lincoln Bain and parliamentary officials. Meantime, several other Bahamians offered suggestions about an alternative voting process if the card reader malfunctions, the formation of an information desk, and 24-hour camera surveillance to monitor the ballot boxes to avoid tampering. Parliamentary officials will continue to host town hall meetings on the new biometric card here in the capital over the next few weeks and eventually beef up its campaign around the Family Islands in the hopes of calming fears and getting Bahamians geared up and ready for the next general election. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis. Back to you.
Thanks so much, LaDawn. Still to come, the Prime Minister's spouse celebrates Literacy Day. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, not mincing words as he pointed the finger at the opposition, which he accuses of playing politics with the issue of Family Island emergency services. Minister Munro telling reporters Thursday it was the Free National Movement that opposed a plan which would have resulted in police officers being trained to do some of this work on many of the Family Islands. His comments follow a startling incident this week where an elderly woman on Long Island who was in need of emergency medical care had to be transported on the back of a flatbed vehicle while exposed to the elements, as there was no one able to operate an ambulance. The incident sparked outrage and calls for what many see as a broken system in need of critical care.
We've acquired a number of ambulances. The challenge is what is being said is EMTs. So remember when the police offered police officers to train to be EMTs in islands where they didn't, and the opposition objected to it? All of that is to seek to fill in stopgap measures like this, where you have vehicles that you could see to be shipped to these islands, but no EMTs passing the courses. And so we continue to say that training police officers is a viable stopgap measure while they get more EMTs.
While Minister Monroe was quick to dismiss suggestions of similarities between medical and fire emergency services, given the shortage of fire trucks within the police force's fleet, he maintains the acquisition of new vehicles is well underway. He also hinted the police force is receiving a ladder truck from a South Florida police agency.
The continued acquisition of fire deltas, because we've already acquired some back in 2022, is past the stage now of the Public Procurement Board, has cabinet approval, and should be well underway. In the meantime, we have accepted an offer from Chief Wayne Jones, a Bahamian and Chief of Police of the Miami Beach Police Department, and they've offered a piece of apparatus as well, and we've accepted that offer.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute is on the final stretch of its latest household expenditure survey. As one of the most critical national data exercises, the survey updates the national poverty line, informs government policy, as well as shape the programs and services directly supporting families and communities. Household Survey's Assistant Director, Brenda Lee Adderley, assures that the information collected is strictly confidential and protected by law.
We ask about everything like groceries, rent, transportation, healthcare, and even school courses, because this information is vital. The data we collect helps to determine the country's average household expenditure and the official poverty line. It also identifies the items that make up the CPI, commonly known as the National Bread Basket, and it guides the development of government policies and social programs that so many families depend on.
Residents are equally reminded that each enumerator is a trained professional carrying an official BNSI identification. At the end of the day, the voices of members of every household matter in ensuring the data collected truly reflects how Bahamians live and spend.
When you participate, you ensure that the statistics reflect the real experiences of the Bahamian household. The more people we hear from, the stronger and more accurate the information becomes. And that means better decision for our community.
UNESCO's International Literacy Day was celebrated this past Monday, September 8th, and the wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, scheduled in Thelma Gibson's primary school's Literacy Day assembly. Literacy is defined as the ability to read, write, speak, and listen in a way that allows individuals to effectively communicate and make sense of the world.
Reading is still fundamental to literacy and to us being literate, whether you read from a book, or you read from your tablet, or you read from your computer or your cell phones. But you are reading. That's the point. So reading is the first step in literacy. And I want you to go and start reading today, if you haven't done so before. Reading, I read everything I can read, I can put my hands on. And anything I see to read, I read. Because it gives you the opportunity to be able to express yourselves, to understand, to how to behave. Reading is everything, okay? So what you're gonna do starting today? Read.
The Prime Minister's wife left the youngsters with this charge.
Next time I come here, I want to hear that all of you have written a book, that you're reading a newspaper to your parents and your grandparents, that you're reading to your younger sisters, that you're reading to the lady next door who's sitting lonely in her house, that you will go there and read to her, that you will read to yourselves, you will educate yourselves.
The ZNS family bidding farewell to one of our own today. Digital manager Tajaro Hudson, better known as Mr. Sunshine, is closing this chapter with us after 2 years of hard work, laughter, and unforgettable memories. Our Destiny Reed has more.
Yes, Marlena, for the past 2 years, Hudson has been more than just a colleague. He has been a friend, and some can call him a brother. But for the past 2 years around here, we called him Mr. Sunshine because that's truly what he embodied. Whether or not it was a prayer, an encouragement, or simply just a smile, Hudson encouraged us all. Oftentimes around here, we say part of the ship, part of the crew. That was something that Hudson carried on. And as he leaves here, his mark will truly not be forgotten.
Ain't no sunshine when he's gone.
But Hudson wasn't just a cheerleader. He also pushed us, sometimes out of our comfort zones, to be better.
Working with Tajaro, what can I say?
If there's one thing he taught me the past year, it was to cut my movie.
The next person got some big shoes to fill.
Hudson basically is one of my work sons. And working with him is, I can't even describe it. You know, I like to talk a lot, but I am like speechless right now.
There's not a lot of people like Tajaro. Tajaro is the type of person that will cause you be like, what would Tajaro do when you're about to do something bad?
I can say personally, Hudson was the voice of reason when I doubted myself and the first to celebrate my wins. He made this job feel like more than just work. He made it feel like family.
If I had some final words for him here in this capacity at ZNS, it would be
put some dop in your dop.
Hudson, if I never told you, bro, I have the utmost respect for you because you are a man of your word. You stand on your principles. You embody your principles. And I know that anywhere you go, you won't just succeed, but you will excel and overachieve. I believe in you. Believe in yourself, stand up for yourself. Much respect, bro.
Continue being Mr. Sunshine. Continue shining. I'll miss you.
Hudson, or Mr. Sunshine, as we call you, I am going to miss you so much. You know, we met every morning after 8 a.m. and chatted and about our work and personal things and everything. I'm going to miss those conversations terribly. But you know what? This is the end of this chapter, and you're starting on a new chapter. So I am going to wish you all the best. And anytime you need a little advice, you know where to call.
always continue to remain to be the person that you are. The characteristics that you carry, not just as a leader, but as a human being, are characteristics that you don't find in everyday people.
Hudson, thank you for being our sunshine. You've changed us for the better. And though you're leaving ZNS, your light will always stay with us. For the last time, buddy.
All right, farewell, beautiful people.
Tajaro, you certainly left your mark here, and of course, we wish you all the best. Michelle Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Michelle?
And boxing set to get a major boost thanks to a corporate sponsor. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. Ghost pepper wings.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janae's.com.
Welcome to your TGIF Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports boxing in the Bahamas, set to get a major boost thanks to the launch of the Bahamas Boxing Academy, collaboration between the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and corporate sponsor Capital.com. Press conference held yesterday at the National Boxing Gym to announce plans for the future, a project aimed at creating a lasting impact for youth and sports development across the country. The gym will serve as a world-class training hub for aspiring athletes, offering mentorship, structured programs, and a clear path to professional development.
The Bahamas Boxing Academy is more than bricks, rings, and bags. It is a symbol of hope, discipline, and determination, strategically designed to cultivate the next generations of champions, not only in boxing, but across the Olympic spectrum. This academy speaks directly to our nation's heartbeat, our young people, particularly those considered at risk. By providing structure, mentorship, and purpose, we are investing in the very demographic with the highest potential to shift the trajectory of this country.
We set up in the UK a charity called Boxwise a number of years ago that focuses on young people and boxing. And over the last 5 years, we've taken it all over the world, from Brazil to Uganda to South Africa. And whilst we're now focused in the UK, we've learned a lot on that journey around boxing and young people. And so to be involved in this project is very special. And I'm hoping to be able to provide some insight and guidance around what we've learned over the last 5 years to make us such a large charity and organisation. And I'm also equally excited to find the next future generation of champions here in the Bahamas.
In track news, a number of local programs gearing up for the upcoming season. The Zenithal sports team caught up with a number of coaches to get their expectations for this year.
The expectation for the upcoming season is to have numerous of my boys, under 17 boys, qualify for Carifta. They're growing very strong, and they have great potential of making the team. Last year, we had a representative on the team who came back with a bronze medal, and so now his colleagues are really hungry to make the team again to go to Grenada.
We're just going to see their fitness level, number one, and get them back into running shape. That's over the next 12 weeks. That's what we'll be focusing on. This coming season, let's get as much of our kids, our seniors, ready for university and college. Get them running their PBs this season, and get them on the podium at Carifta.
Right now it's called off season, so we're just trying to do some conditioning and get them in some sort of running shape before we really get into the main part of our work schedule. So once for the first month or two, once we get them in the condition that we need them, and then we will go into some other training methods with them. But for now, it's just a lot of conditioning, a lot of running, and a little bit of strength, our work at this time.
That's been your TGI of Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Enjoy your weekend.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
It's time for your final weather check of the evening with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royce. And as usual, we'll get you started in the tropics. We continue to have that Sahara dust, which is keeping a lid on tropical cyclone development. But we anticipate that it will move out of the area by next week, and that will pave the way for a tropical wave, which has just emerged off the West African coast that is moving towards the west. And the Hurricane Center is giving it a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days. So we'll keep you posted on its development. And our satellite pictures are showing that old frontal boundary is now sagged into the northwestern Bahamas, and that will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms right through Sunday. Some of these showers and thunderstorms will be locally heavy at times. Now, your temperatures around the islands, Marshall, Babaco at 83, Great Tool Key 84 degrees, 84 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands 87, Alistown, Bimini at 83, 85 in Harbor Island, Rock, Sandy, Lutra 86, 87 in Otterstown, Cat Island. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, Andros reporting 84, 87 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Georgetown, Exuma at 89, Rum Key and San Salvador 87 degrees, and we're picking up 88 in the Turks and Caicos Island, Majitan, Unagua at 86 degrees. Forecast for tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and warm, but a couple of thunderstorms developing later. Low temperature getting down to 79 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy with a couple of showers and thunderstorms once again. High temperature is going to struggle to get up to 88 degrees. Your extended weather forecast, wet stuff right through Sunday, but by Monday we will see the sun come out, and that will be with us by Tuesday. But those showers and thunderstorms with gray skies will return on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Temperature-wise, not too bad, just below the 90-degree mark during the daytime. Royston.
Thanks, Basil. I'm hoping those skies will clear soon. It's certainly booming out there tonight. Well, that's going to do it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching and enjoy your weekend.
After 66 steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.